Lesson 34, Proportions with Word Problems. So a proportion, the definition of a proportion is just two ratios that are equal to each other. Whoops, I spelled that wrong. Proportion. Two ratios are equal. And if you remember, a ratio is just a fraction. So you just have two fractions that are equal to each other. So for instance, 3/6 equals 5/10. And we know that's true because they're both equal to 1/2. One thing that you can test to see if an equality like this is true is what's called cross products. So cross products can be used to test if fractions are proportional. In other words, the equals is truly true. So to test to see if this is really true, you do a cross product. In other words, you multiply 3 times 10, and then you multiply 6 times 5. If they both equal the same number, then the proportion is a true proportion. So sometimes you're asked, like, are these two fractions proportional? So we're going to do 3/6 and 6/9. Now we can do cross products. 6 times 6 equals 36. 3 times 9 is 27. So the answer is no, because these two numbers are different. So those two fractions are not proportional. How about these two? 3/6 and 6/12. We can do cross products. 6 times 6 is 36, and 3 times 12 is 36. So yes, these two fractions are proportional. And you could put an equal sign between them, and it would still be a true statement. Sometimes we're asked to find the missing number in a proportional statement. So if we have 24 over m, and it's going to equal 8/5, and we want to find the missing number, we can do it two different ways. We can say, oh, well, 8 times 3 equals 24, so we can do 5 times 3 and get m. So m would be 15. Or we can use cross products. So if we have 5 over 60, I wrote a 6, but it should be 5, is equal to x over 120. We can just do cross products. 60 times x, we just write as 60x, should be equal to 120 times 5, which is 600. If we divide by 60, x will equal 10. So we can find our missing number by doing cross products. We can also use what's called a ratio box. So let's say, here's an example. The ratio of cats to dogs is 4:9. If there were 12 cats, how many dogs were there? So when you draw the ratio box, this is what a ratio box looks like. We have the ratio on the left. This is going to be the ratios in our column, and then actual count will be in this column. So we had cats to dogs. Now I wrote cats first because that's what it said in my problem, cats to dogs, so I put the cats first. That way I get my numbers right, 4:9. Then it said there were 12 cats. How many dogs? We don't know. Now what you do is just kind of lift that box out of there, and you have 4/9 equals 12 over x. Notice that the 4 is over the 9 and the 12 is over the x in the box. So we can do cross products. 12 times 9 is 108 equals 4 times x. Then we just divide 108 by 4 and we get 27 dogs. So those are some different ways that you can solve those. And the lesson is now over.